So as you might have seen in the thumbnail, today we are going to talk about Project Diva Deep Blue. So first of all, what is Project Diva Deep Blue? Let me just do a quick summary of the story before I get into why it's absolutely terrible. So the story begins with our Miku, young, happy, popular, nothing can go wrong. So this Miku is the little sister of Haku, pretty cool, right? No, it's not cool actually, because the writers didn't feel like developing this shit other than one actual picture. So after that, Miku went and became super duper popular, so the big guys at Krypton decided to pair her up with Neru, so they became pretty good friends. Miku and Neru actually became a little closer than that, so instead of getting actual character information or anything meaningful, we are just told that Neru learned sign language to talk with Miku. That's pretty cool if we actually got anything other than that, but I guess it's fine. So after that they throw in Teto because they can. So after a while of being friends, and they made Triple Baka, yay. So the thing is that after Triple Baka, Miku somehow lost all of her popularity because, yeah, I guess people didn't like her or something. So once Miku loses all of her popularity, the guys at Krypton make her sing darker and darker songs, making Miku grow more and more depressed. She attempts to reach out to Neru, but the guys at Krypton don't let them talk that much. So instead of actually reaching out to Haku or something, as we were told that they were pretty close, we are not given any reason of why she couldn't reach Haku BTW or why she hadn't kept in contact with Haku. Miku decides to cut herself. So after Miku just does that, she eventually notices that below her flesh there's plastic, that she's more of a doll than human. So with her new knowledge, she has a crash out and decides to go and show Haku what she read. That's what the story said, but somehow in Sadist's Whisper it doesn't seem that way. It's disconnected, it's terrible, it's all bad, it sucks, it's mediocre, and I hate it. So she ends up, accidentally, killing Haku in the story, but in Sadist's Whisper it looks pretty intentional, not gonna lie. So after slimming out Haku, Diva forgets that she wasn't evil and just turns evil. Why? It wasn't explained, so she goes and kills Teto because she can. Absolutely wonderful writing, cursed Woody levels of writing. This is sarcasm for the autistic people in the audience. I know all of you PDDB fans are autistic. Once Teto dies, Gumi begins to grow suspicious. Haku, no one liked her anyway, of course she would kill herself or something like that. But Teto? Everyone liked Teto, why would she disappear so suddenly? So Gumi began researching. And eventually, she was about to find out that Miku was the one that had killed the two of them, but Miku didn't like this at all. So she just smashed a TV into her head like the reasonable human being Miku is in this. Genuinely, what a terribly written character, holy shit. So after slimming out Gumi, she goes to kill Neru. But Neru was already kind of warned by Teto or something. That's not explained that deeply. So Neru manages to run away for a minute, and for some reason that we aren't explained, everyone that died is a zombie. Why? The power of friendship. So Haku distracts Diva or something like that, but after a while Miku.exe catches up to Neru. They discuss or something, dance for a little while, forcefully. Of course Neru wouldn't dance with a murderer. So Diva gives Neru a little kiss.
Con cuidado, solo tienes que besar el suelo. Un picorete tierno, como si besaras a tu hermana. ¡Qué tierno!
So Neru dies and Diva rips out her face, but as it happens she revives magically. Because instead of reacting like a normal human being who just accidentally killed the person she supposedly loved, Diva immediately decides the logical solution is to put on Neru's face. By this point I genuinely think that Diva just took the parts of her friends she liked the most and rebuilt herself like a Lego. So now I actually began to ask myself the question, why do everyone that comes back just turn into a zombie that just accepts what Diva tells them? Why? Great question. The story never really explains that part. So now all of Diva's former friends are technically alive again, but they're also not exactly themselves anymore. And somehow this leads to Diva getting exactly what she wanted from the beginning. Her popularity returns. The audience loves her again. And she creates something called Diva's Sekai, which is basically a world where all of these resurrected idols live together. Which sounds nice on paper. Except with the problem that they all blindly just do what she says, except Prima Donna, which is Gumi, our absolute goat, So instead of being the shy girl and self-loathing girl we got introduced earlier, she redirected all of that self-hatred to Diva. Her hatred is so big, so massive, that it transcends the mind control or whatever Diva has on her, so she can freely hate on her. Thanks to that she manages to influence the other idols to hate on Diva too. Which is absolutely perfect. So now Diva is finally famous again. She's surrounded by the people she used to call friends. Diva wanted everything to go back to the way it was, and she built her own, perfect, little world to distract herself from the atrocities she had done. She wanted the fame, the friendship, the performances, the life she had before everything fell apart. And technically, she got it. Also here we are told that Diva is strangely happy after they all hated on her, but we are not told why, and I don't have any idea for the reason. So here's where the story got cancelled. It's genuinely the best thing the writer could have done. There's no fixing this in the point we are. I'm not saying it's unfixable. Not at all. The whole team is full of incredibly talented people, the artists, the musicians. It's all truly amazing. The bad thing is that they decided to work with a mediocre writer. But there's some hints at something that Calvi been great here. It's just not reached. I would love to see the author rewrite it, since this whole thing is in slightly acceptable draft. But a lot of stuff could be changed, so now you might be saying,
"Oh, NB, you're just a dummy that doesn't know what he's talking about. You can't just blindly critique without offering solutions."
Thanks for the feedback, buddy. So, how would I fix this? Is it disrespectful to comment on someone else's work without permission? I hope they don't mind. So, first of all of those random-ass characters that quite literally aren't mentioned and don't add anything to the story. Let's get them out. Now, let's make that starting part a bit longer. We need some more Haku. We want to know who she is. I'd be nice to see some more moments of them bonding. Their current relationship feels dull, and going more in depth here would make the impact of a sadist's whisper way more heavy and enjoyable. So Teto. Miku acted as if Teto was terrible and just did a lot of bad shit to her later on, so why don't we make an actual reason for Miku to dislike Teto so much? Okay, so Teto is a very, and I mean very dull character. She's very two-dimensional and is just a ball of happiness, which I love that kind of character. But it's not fitting for this story. So what would I change from Teto? Let's make that openness and happiness a mask. Why don't we make Teto actually envious of Miku's success and her relationship with Neru? Teto would try to sabotage their relationship and simply have a general disliking towards the two of them. Teto would actually begin spreading rumors causing Miku to lose her popularity originally. So Gumi, let's remove all of that self-loathing bullshit because and make her actually interesting other than be a way for the author to mirror their insecurities. So now Gumi actually manages to find out that Miku killed them without she herself getting killed, so she manages to take Miku to court and accuse her. What holds her character together is her sense of justice. She truly believes that by doing this she can let their souls rest. But she would end up losing the case, because the guys at Krypton really need Miku now, since she's their most popular idol now, and they already lost Haku and Teto. So after she loses the case, Gumi would just go home. Once in her home, Diva would be waiting for her and would kill her by choking her with a rope so that Krypton can say that she ended herself on the news and how unstable she was, so that everyone forgets her claims. So now, Neru. I believe there's not much problem with Neru on the story at this point. I do have some problems with her once she becomes Muse, but this Neru is fine. I just want to see some more interactions and get to know more things about her relationship with Miku other than Miku likes to touch her. We don't really need to know that. It's not relevant. Neru's death should be changed a little. I mean, I would like to know what Neru was thinking or make her confront Miku more. And to what comes after the deaths, that part is just outright terrible. It's terribly written. We could maybe cut it out. But the writer's weird toxic lesbian romance fantasies are here, so let's try to include this part anyway. So the first change I would do here is maybe add an actual explanation of why they are zombies. I don't know. I believe that's important. So instead of making them actually revive, why don't we make them not actually real? Miku's regret for murdering them is so big she constantly sees her victims, still talking, haunting her. Miku would never become truly happy because of the regret that she carried. So next I was planning to show some more things I would rewrite and like show exactly how I would rewrite them and stuff, but I realized I really need to think how I'm gonna do that, and right now I don't really have that much time, so I'm gonna cut the video here. Anyways, I love y'all, see you next video, bye.